Alright, YouTube, now that I've done my first introductory video, it's time to get down to brass tacks, if you will. Last week, I'm currently in a public speaking class for college, and we did a panel discussion, and we did ours on should same-sex marriage be legalized. And after we finished, it opened up into kind of a Q&A session, if you will, and one of the girls in the class brought up the point about why should we redefine marriage when it's based upon what the Bible says. And as you know, America was founded as a Christian nation, and our founding fathers were Christian, and that's what they would want. Well, as I sat there feeling my blood beginning to boil because I was hearing just fallacy after, lies. That's what they were, just lies. Lie after lie. And so I formed a rebuttal and explained to her. We were limited on time, and of course I didn't have all of the research in front of me to actually be able to point it out for her. But I've done my research on this before, and I explained that the majority of our founding fathers did not have the concept of Christianity that we do today in America. And as a matter of fact, more of the prominent founding fathers, the ones that we all think of first, like Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, were actually very anti-clerical in every sense of the word. So, that being said, I didn't really have the opportunity to refute what she had said, but now it's my turn. And now I have the mic, and I'm going to set the record straight, if you will. In regards to the first idea of America being founded as a Christian nation, there's actually a document that was written and signed by John Adams, and it was addressed to Tripoli, Tripoli. It's known as the Treaty of Tripoli. And in the Treaty of Tripoli, it states very clearly in the introduction, as they're addressing the people over there, and within Article 11 it states, "The government of the United States is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion." One down. Now moving on to, were our founding fathers Christian? Well, let's ask one of them what they thought about religion. Thomas Jefferson. And here's something else. Thomas Jefferson was so disgusted with all of the dogma and miracles and blah 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 in the Bible that if you actually look up, there is a Jeffersonian Bible, and it's probably about a fourth the length of the Holy Bible that you know of. And maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think a lot of Christians would argue that that's inappropriate and not a Christian thing to do, to edit the Bible. But anyways, that's another issue. Thomas Jefferson, and I'm quoting here, "I have examined all the known superstitions of the world, and I do not find in our particular superstition of Christianity one redeeming feature. They are all alike, founded on fables and mythology. Millions of innocent men, women, and children, since the introduction of Christianity, have been burnt, tortured, fined, and imprisoned. What has been the effect of this coercion? To make one half the world fools and the other half hypocrites, to support roguery and error all over the earth." Spoken like a true Christian, right? Jefferson also writes, "Christianity has become the most perverted system that ever shone on man. Rogueries, absurdities, and untruths were perpetrated upon the teachings of Jesus by a large band of dupes and importers led by Paul, the first great corrupter of the teachings of Jesus. Oh, here we go. Thomas Jefferson has a word for the Bible. Dunghill. Clearly, a term of endearment. Let's hear from James Madison. What influence, in fact, have Christian ecclesiastical establishments had on civil society? In many instances, they have been upholding the thrones of political tyranny. In no instance have they been seen as the guardians of the liberties of the people. Rulers who wish to subvert the public liberty have found in the clergy convenient auxiliaries. A just government, instituted to secure and perpetuate liberty, does not need the clergy. And that's pretty much the... I'm going to put these links in the sidebar. So, I believe it's that way. I'm new to this, but I think they're going to be over there. So, those are some words from our founding fathers. Now, going into analyzing the Constitution and things like that, nowhere is God or religion or any theology endorsed or defined as being the appropriate one within our documents of our Declaration of Independence or anything like that. One thing I want to touch on is people always ask, well, what about in the Pledge of Allegiance, one nation under God? Well, the Pledge of Allegiance never had the words under God in it. That was added in 1954. So, that's less than about 60 years ago. So, actually, yeah, less than 60 years ago. And we've been a nation for over 200 years. So, not to the founding fathers. The motto, now our U.S. motto is, "In God We Trust." Well, that was absent from paper currency before 1956. So again, we're looking in the last several decades. This is interesting. It did appear on some coins, but not all coins. But also, there were other phrases such as "mind your business." So, if you want to put in "God we trust" on the same level as "mind your business," I mean, that, really doesn't seem to give it that much weight and authority. The original United States motto, chosen by John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson, back to our founding fathers, was "E pluribus unum," of many, one, or out of many, one. So, here's another issue. Isn't American law based on the Ten Commandments? No. If you look at the Ten Commandments, the first, 4 are all basically saying, I'm God, worship me. I'm a jealous God, I'm a possessive God. You shall have no gods before me. That have nothing to do with law. Only 3, homicide, theft, and perjury, are relevant to current American law. And they existed way before the Ten Commandments even came into being. You cannot tell me that as rational thinking human beings, that we would not come up, well, you should not steal this because it's mine, or you shouldn't kill people because if you kill everyone, there won't be anybody left. You don't need a God to tell you that. So, basically summarizing everything that I've said here, stop propagating this myth that America was founded as a Christian nation and that all of our founding fathers were Christian. Some were. But if you look up the ones that we really think of, most of them were deists who didn't believe in anything other than some higher authority created the universe, and here we are. So, I leave it to you. Do your own research. Look up your own things. And I promise you, the real history of it is far more interesting than what you've heard from anybody else.